welcome. ZASLOW Show 2.0. It is a Tuesday, the 11th of April. Good to have you aboard. We are a Blue Wire podcast. However you're listening to us, always appreciate that. Make sure you like, you rate, you comment, you do all that good stuff. That helps me. And then I have a great day. And then everybody's happy. Always, you can reach me on Twitter as well, at ZASLOW Show. On Instagram, where I'm an influencer. But I love being in touch with all of you guys, at ZASLOWJ. Got a lot to get to here today. We got a fun show. We're going to talk to Hollywood Joy Taylor. That's right. My former co-host, great girl, Joy Taylor is going to join us. We'll talk some NBA playoff with her. We'll talk about the Heat, especially Udonis Haslem, what he did a couple of days ago. We'll do a little NFL with her. So we'll get Joy Taylor on the show. We'll have some fun with her. But we got to start things off. First of all, obviously, everything ZASLOW Show 2.0 is presented by our title sponsor, Anidjar and Levine, accident attorneys. If you're involved in any kind of an accident, doesn't matter what kind, slip and fall, car accident, motorcycle, boating, you get an attorney on the phone immediately when you call Anidjar and Levine accident attorneys. 800-747-FREE. That's 800-747-3733. None of this is possible without my guys at Anidjar and Levine. Mark Anidjar, Glenn Levine, Ellie Anidjar. They believed in me from day number one here, and now we're off and running all these months later. So I got to make sure I send you to them because you're such a loyal listener. I want you to be taken care of, and nobody is going to take better care of you than my guys at Anidjar and Levine. So again, you call 911 first, and then you get an attorney on the phone immediately. 800-747-FREE. Anidjar and Levine, accident attorneys. 800-747-3733. So, we have the Heat tonight in the play-in for the very first time. But we got to start off, obviously, with last night's Florida Panthers. So the Panthers' 6-game win streak is snapped last night at home to the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs beat the Panthers 2-1 in overtime, with just seconds remaining. John Tavares, who has been a Panther killer, remember, he had the game-winning, the series-winning goal against the Panthers in 2016 when he was still with the Islanders there, the game where everybody knows Trocheck got tripped. Well, Tavares may have, if the Panthers miss the playoffs, you're going to remember what Tavares did to the Panthers again now this year. So Tavares scores in overtime, and the Panthers lose 2-1 in a game that Alex Lyon was phenomenal. Again, fantastic. And this sets up a very, very interesting scenario Thursday night. Sergei Bobrovsky, really for the first time, was healthy last night. He was the backup for the second consecutive game. He could have played, but the coach went with Alex Lyon, the hot hand. That makes sense. What do you do now on Thursday? Alex Lyon, he hasn't won 6 in a row anymore, but he was still awesome. Or do you go with your $10 million a year, your $70 million goaltender with the season on the line Thursday night? My guess, it's Bobrovsky's net. We'll see. But that is a very, very difficult scenario now to navigate for Paul Maurice. And with the season on the line, you better make the right decision. So that game last night, you could be saying to yourself, oh, ZASLOW, you must be so angry with the Panthers' loss last night. I'm not. Overall, I'm super proud with how that team played last night. I'm really proud at how they responded to the 4-game skid where you get that, miracle goal against Toronto to send it to overtime from Reinhart, and then Montour wins in overtime. And by the way, this Brandon Montour, he is freaking awesome. He had the goal last night, of course, that tied the game at 1 with about 10 minutes remaining in the third period. But overall, last night for sure, and the past 7 games, I'm really proud of the way this team has performed. They played really well last night. And for a national TV game, it was an ESPN Plus only game, Hulu game. They put on a great performance, even only scoring 1 goal. That's a really good Toronto team. Great goal from Montour to tie it in the middle of the third. And the Panthers had their chances. They had their chances in the third period, and they had chances in overtime as well, especially Ekblad. Ekblad late in regulation. Oh, did he have a chance? The Panthers had their chances in overtime, and then they got caught on they got caught with tired legs on the ice when it was 3-on-3. I think it was Forsling. No, maybe it was Kachuk who just couldn't catch Tavares. He had the breakaway, and he scores a beautiful backhand there against Alex Lyon. Excuse me. So I'm not mad with the one game left, but part of why I'm not mad is the Islanders lost last night. Really disappointing performance. They lost 5-2 at the Capitals. So the Panthers, after beating the Capitals the other day, the Islanders really do the Panthers a solid. I mean, the Capitals really do the Panthers a solid. And that certainly helped ease the blow. It's actually, there was a funny moment during the game where it was with like 5 minutes left in the game, and Leah Hextall, who was in between the benches, who was doing the reporting there for ESPN+, they went down to her and she said she has the Isles Capitals game on her phone, and with the score 5-2 late in that one, Mark Stahl on the end of the Panthers bench notices that she's checking that out, says, hey, what do you got there? And she shows him. He goes, oh. And then he taps whoever was next to him, hey, and tells them what's going on. So the Panthers knew that if the Islanders lose in regulation and the Panthers win in regulation or overtime, the Panthers clinch a playoff spot last night. So they knew the stakes, and they played a really good game. And so they get the point. So getting a point and the Islanders losing softens the blow in a very big way for the Panther fan. So here's the scenario we have for Thursday night. The Panthers have 92 points, 1 game remaining. The Islanders have 91 points, 1 game remaining. The Penguins have 90 points, 2 games remaining, including tonight against Chicago. Now, the Penguins' final 2 games are really easy. They have Chicago and at Columbus. The Islanders' final game is easy too, Montreal. The Panthers' final game is hard. Not only is it a rival, not a division rival anymore, but it's a rival in Carolina, but a Carolina team that is holding on for dear life the top spot in the Metropolitan Division. So the odds there, as far as, you know, the remaining schedule, are against the Panthers. But the Panthers totally control their own fate. If the Panthers win on Thursday night, they're in the playoffs, and they have most, as important, the number 1 wild card, which means they would face either Carolina in the first round or New Jersey. If the Panthers get the second spot, or whoever gets the second wildcard spot, they get Boston, all right? So Panthers, most importantly, what you need to know is Panthers win Thursday, they clinch, and they have the number 1 spot. Matter of fact, if the Penguins lose tonight against Chicago, the Panthers clinch a playoff spot. So the Panthers, that's why we're dialed in tonight to Penguins Blackhawks. I think the Penguins are winning their final 2 games. I think the Penguins are going to get one of these final 2 playoff spots. I think the Islanders have a much better chance of being left out. But if the Penguins lose tonight, Panthers clinch. If the Panthers win Thursday, forget what anyone else does, they clinch, and they clinch the number 1 wildcard spot. So if the Panthers, now you're saying, all right, Zaslow, what happens if the Panthers lose on Thursday night? Well, there's a bunch of different permutations now. So the Panthers, the easy answer is the Panthers can lose on Thursday and still get into the postseason. Matter of fact, the Panthers can lose Thursday and still get the number 1 spot, which is super unlikely. But the Panthers can lose Thursday and still get into the postseason, even without getting a point, even if they don't get an overtime loss. But if they win Thursday, they're in, and they're the number 1 wildcard spot. Because if the Pens win their final 2, they'll have 94 points. If the Panthers win Thursday, they'll have 94 points. And the Panthers are going to own the tiebreak because they have like 4 more regulation wins than the Penguins do. And the Islanders, of course, most points they get now is 93. If the Panthers, so let's talk about that. Let's say the Penguins win their final 2 games, 94. Let's say the Islanders win their final game. Okay. The Panthers then, if they win that game, they will finish first. But if they lose that game, they're going to be out. Because the Islanders have 93 then, Penguins 94. If the Islanders have 93 and the Panthers get 1 point, an overtime or shootout loss on Thursday night, then things get super dicey here. Because if the Islanders get a regulation win or regulation or overtime win in that spot, and the Panthers, they just lose, they only get 1 point, then they're going to be tied with regulation wins and tied with points. I would assume the next tiebreak is head-to-head. I don't know, and I don't have the Panthers head-to-head in front of me with the Islanders. But like I said, I don't know if that's even the next tiebreak. So things get dicey if the Islanders and Penguins win their final games and the Panthers only get 1 point on Thursday. But there's a bunch of different scenarios where the Panthers can get into the playoffs without a regulation win on Thursday. The easiest thing to know is win Thursday, you're in, and you're in with the top spot. So what did we do? Gotta go on Thursday. Gotta go. I was originally trying to go to the game on Thursday, and everybody knows when I'm trying to go, that means I'm looking for the hookup. But F it, man. I went online yesterday, bought those tickets right away. Ticket Ninja style, too. I'm taking my younger son, of course. The two of us, we're going Thursday night. Second row, club, center ice. That's right. And we got the good deal. So, Ticket Ninja style. We're going Thursday night. Second row, club, center ice. Panthers, Hurricanes. We're putting it all on the line, baby. Let's go. I'm very excited for Thursday night. I've been super excited these last few games. It's my drugs. I'm nervous. I'm anxious the whole game. This time of year, Panther playoff games, Heat playoff games, it's my drugs. Let's go. Thursday night, it's on. I'm very into it. And like I said, whenever the Ticket Ninja scores, I mean, come on. That's a bonus right there. All right. Got a message last night after the game, too. I was bummed, but at the same time, like, I'm pumped up about Thursday, man. I'm into it. Now, you may be saying to yourself, Zaslow, okay, do you want the Penguins to win these two games so you go into Thursday and, like, it's all the stakes are on the line? And the answer is no. I would much prefer the Panthers clinch a playoff spot before Thursday night. Now, because does that take any of the drama away to go on Thursday night? No, because even if the Panthers clinch a playoff spot before Thursday night, they can't clinch the top wild card spot before Thursday night. And that is super important. So, yeah, I'm going to be really into the game no matter what. It should be a great crowd. Last night, you had a pretty 50-50 crowd, right, with the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's not going to be like that on Thursday. Nobody cares about the Carolina Hurricanes. F you. So, we're going to have some fun on Thursday night. All right. I got a message last night after the game from my man Colin at Sheets and Giggles. He's a big hockey guy also. He felt bad. It's like, hey, man, we got to go to a hockey game together sometime. So hell yeah, we got to go to a hockey game. And so he's my man Colin, founder and CEO, Sheets and Giggles, one of our newest sponsors here at ZASLOW Show 2.0. You know he's behind the Panthers. He's supporting the Panthers. And hey, because of my man Colin, obviously love having Sheets and Giggles on the show. But as a result, the ZASLOW family, we are 4 of over 100,000 Americans that are sleeping on Sheets and Giggles. That's right. I love these sheets. Most specifically, I love that comforter. Like, my recommendation, I think you should get everything. I got the sheets, I got the fitted sheet, I got the pillowcases, I have a eucalyptus pillow, and I got the comforter, all right? So I think you should get everything. These are the best sheets I've ever had in my life. But if you can only get like one thing, get the comforter. Oh my God, I can't tell you enough how much I love this comforter, all right? Sheets and Giggles, sheetsgiggles.com, sustainably made with, lyocell process from the wood of eucalyptus trees that are grown on sustainably managed biodiverse farms. They don't touch ancient or endangered forests. 2 new trees, by the way, are planted on their farms every time one is harvested. So you don't have to worry about what's happening to the environment. Sheets and Giggles is super environmentally friendly. You want that eucalyptus mattress, eucalyptus pillow. How about waterproof eucalyptus mattress protector? You need waterproof? I don't know what you got going on in the bedroom, but let's make sure we're keeping it comfortable and safe, all right? Sheetsgiggles.com/ZASLOW. If you use my promo code ZASLOW at your checkout, you'll get 20% off your first order on Sheets and Giggles. It will not be your last. Sheets and Giggles. I love it. Sheetsgiggles.com. All right. So that's what's going on with the Panthers last night. It was a great game. Me and my son, oh my God, we were so into it. By the time overtime ended, we were both on our knees on the ground, like right in front of the TV. You know, because the more nervous you get, the closer you have to get to the TV. That helps. You don't want to get too close because then the players get nervous. But if the game is really tight, you got to get off the couch and you got to move closer to the TV. Everybody knows that. So that's what we were doing last night. That's what was happening in the ZASLOW Mansion family room, the two of us. So we go from one pressure cooker in the Panthers last night to tonight, you got the Miami Heat. For the first time ever, the Miami Heat are in the play-in. That's right. So tonight, Heat, Hawks. Heat are a 4.5-point home favorite. Can I give you a little bit of Jimmy Butler? So Jimmy Butler was asked at practice yesterday about, like, there are people who think Atlanta's coming down here to win. I think the Hawks think they're coming down here to win. I don't see it, but, you know, this Heat team, they have not performed this year, so you got to understand people are going to doubt them. I mean, come on. You can't get so mad at that. But here's Jimmy Butler responding to all that.
Nope, it's all the same. Couldn't nobody pick us to win last year either, so who cares? Y'all not going to pick us to win this year. Still don't give a damn. In 10 years, y'all still not going to pick us. Still don't give a damn. So I'm going to play with my daughter, man. Yeah.
So, look. I mean, the first thing you would say is, with people not picking the Heat last year, well, Heat didn't win. So those people were right, you know, didn't pick the Heat. But you understand what he's saying, all right? He's talking about nobody gives us respect last year. You saw we had a great season. No one's giving us respect right now. That's okay. We'll get right back to where we were. We'll have a chance to get to the NBA Finals. I think the thing, you know, people will say something like, hey, remember when Jimmy, going into the 2021 playoffs, that he did not have a great regular season coming off of winning the Eastern Conference Championship, and Jimmy came out and said he's stupid locked in, and then the Heat got smoked. Chris Middleton, buzzer beater in game one, and then the Heat lose the next three. We got smoked. We got swept out of the first round by the eventual champion Milwaukee Bucks. But the difference, I would say, between that and now is Jimmy's been playoff Jimmy for about a month and a half now. Over a month, we've seen playoff Jimmy. So I feel really good about the Heat tonight. Do I think the Heat are going to smoke the Hawks tonight? Yes! Yes! The answer is yes! I do! I do think the Heat are going to smoke the Hawks tonight. That's what I'm talking about. So from last night to tonight, you got a pressure cooker in Sunrise, and you got what's going to feel like a pressure cooker in Miami at Kaseya Center. That's what it's called now. But this Hawks team stinks. They don't defend. The Heat, they've held Trae Young to just 36% shooting this year, 21% from three. I think you're going to find out about your favorite little basketball team tonight. We've been waiting for this moment. A lot of times throughout the year, the team has looked like they've been waiting for this moment. It's here. No more effing around. So you're going to find out a little bit about your team in regards to, hey, are we going to see the Heat team that we saw, you know, a few nights ago where, yeah, they're going to go out there and they're going to kick some ass. That's a team that when they're focused, you know, they can put together a real good performance. We've seen that at times from this team this year. Hell, we saw it recently with the Heat. And it's like, that's the part that makes you frustrated, right? Is because you get the awesome performances. For instance, the game in Philadelphia, they played their whole crew. It's like, yeah, why haven't we gotten that team more often this year? But then you'll also get games like, you know, I don't know, pick any of them. Pick any of the stupid games they've lost this year. Well, no time for any of the stupid games anymore. And it would be embarrassing to lose to this Hawks team. This Hawks team sucks. I don't know any other way to put it. It would be an embarrassment to lose to this Hawks team. Hey, let me tell you guys before we continue on about water cleanup of Florida. My guys, the Greensteins. Water cleanup here, water restoration in Florida. This is important stuff, all right? Because if you think you have a leak in your house and you can't find it, you got to know where it's coming from. This could wind up being a major problem. Well, call or text Water Cleanup of Florida 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 954-900-8635. They have over 60 years of combined experience. Their team at Water Cleanup of Florida, they're prepared to handle all types of leak detection issues. Water Cleanup of Florida, fully licensed, insured, certified, and here's my favorite part. It's the one-stop shopping that busy homeowners like me, busy business owners like you, we need this. There's no time to bring in other contractors. I need someone who's going to take care of everything. Water Cleanup of Florida are handling the entire project, start to finish, serving the entire Tri-County area, Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties. Hey, if you don't believe that these guys are the best, go check out more than 80 5-star reviews on Google. Do it right now. Water Cleanup of Florida, call or text anytime. The Greensteins, those are my guys. They're childhood friends of mine. 954-900-8635. Water Cleanup of Florida, we clean up your schmutz. So, here's what else we got going on tonight. Tonight's a big NBA night. We're keeping an eye on the Penguins and Blackhawks tonight, for sure. But tonight is all about the NBA. So you have the Heat at 7:30. It's a TNT-only game, by the way. It's not Bally. Iron Eagle, Jim Jackson on the call. So Heat Hawks, Heat are a 4.5-point favorite. At 10 o'clock tonight, Minnesota and the Lakers. Now, this got interesting yesterday, right? Rudy Gobert was suspended by the Wolves. I was surprised. I did not think he was going to get suspended. Because I think there's a little bit of this going on. So, Rudy Gobert, everyone hates him. Opponents hate him in Utah and now Minnesota. His teammates don't like him. Like, there's something off about him. And, you got the whole COVID thing where he was an asshole. There's something off about Rudy Gobert. And I think you saw that where, A, they sent him home, and B, now, while the season is not on the line tonight necessarily, because the loser of this game is going to play the winner, is going to host the winner of Oklahoma City and New Orleans to then play Denver. The winner of this game gets Memphis. But for the Wolves to send this kind of message, this is why I was surprised. For the Wolves to send this kind of message that we're suspending him after giving him $200 million and giving up 5 first-round picks for him, we're suspending him for not a do-or-die playoff game, but close to it. That sends a pretty big message that they're not happy with him. They didn't have to suspend him. The league wasn't going to suspend. League's not going to suspend, teammate on teammate crime. League's not going to do anything about that. They did not have to suspend him. And to me, by sending him home and by suspending him, I think it's a message that there's a lot going on there with Gobert. And that there looks like a lot of buyer's remorse. Because if they lose this game tonight at the Lakers, and then he's going to return next game, and then they lose that one and their season's over, you've painted a scarlet letter A on Rudy Gobert. Like, he's got the scarlet letter now, right? He's Hester Prynne. It's a good reference, right? Read your books, kids. You painted a scarlet letter on him. So that's why I was surprised that they suspended him. I did not think they were going to. Now, I will say this. I think him being out tonight helps the Wolves. I love the Wolves plus 8.5 tonight. This Laker team, they got a momentum going right now, but, everybody calm down. It's not like there's some world beaters now, all right? I think we're a little bit too in on the Lakers right now. And I think Minnesota, number one, I think Gobert sucks. I've been saying it for years. But I really think that now this Wolves team, first of all, without Gobert on the floor, you're a much better offensive team. He's a total stiff on the offensive end. But I think considering the way it went down, I think you're going to have a really motivated Wolves team who's saying to themselves, yeah, F that guy. We don't like him anyway. We're going to win without him. I think this is a major motivating factor tonight for the Wolves. I love the Wolves plus 8.5. I think the Wolves can win this game. So that's what we got going on with the NBA tonight. We got the play-in, and the main course starts at 7:30 with the Heat and the Hawks.